Welcome to our city. I'm Alonzo Jones, sitting in for Mayor Bowich, and here's what's going on this week around our city. On Wednesday, March 6th at 6 p.m., Mayor Bowich will attend the Terrence Riley Honor Society ceremony. Then on Thursday, March 7th at 2 p.m., Mayor Bowich will attend the grand opening and ribbon cutting of the Empire Lounge nightclub. This is located at 49 Westfield Avenue. On Monday, March 11th at 6:30 p.m., Mayor Bowich will attend the Women's History Month exhibit at the Elizabeth Public Library on the 3rd floor, which is located in the main branch on South Broad Street. If you need more information concerning these events or any others, please contact the Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. And now I'm pleased to start this week's segment. And joining me to discuss the St. Patrick's Day Parade, I'll let each one of you have the pleasure of introducing yourself.
Sister Percylee Hart, Grand Marshal of this year's 2019 St. Patrick's Day Parade.
I'm Kerry Ricci. I'm the 2019 Parade Adjutant.
Dr. Jim Reagan, the 2019 Grand Marshal Chief of Staff.
Welcome to you all. Now, you kind of sat up when you said Grand Marshal.
Yeah, I did.
I take it that you're very proud of that.
I'm very proud and humbled with the honor that I feel this is bestowed on me, and I accept it on behalf of all of the UC community, my family, my Irish heritage, and the Sisters of Mercy and Irish founded community.
So before we go any further in the discussion today, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
I'm a Sister of Mercy, and my career has been in education, and for the last 39 years I've been the principal of Union Catholic High School in Scotch Plains.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I am a social worker. I work at the Carol G. Simon Cancer Center in Overlook, but I also work at the Cancer Support Community of Central New Jersey in Bedminster. My parents grew up here in Elizabeth, and I grew up in Union, and I live in Scotch Plains now with my husband and our 3 kids.
And you've been on the show before, right, Kerry?
I have been on the show before.
So you're a pro at this.
And you invited me back.
Exactly. And Dr. Reagan?
I'm a Union Catholic graduate, class of 1996. I serve as the assistant principal at Union Catholic for the last 17 years. My free time, I'm the boys basketball coach at Union Catholic. My wife is also a Union Catholic grad of the class of 1996, and we have 2 children.
Well, welcome to you all. So this is the 23rd annual parade. Can you tell us about the parade and how it got started?
So it got started here in Union County when various Irish organizations within our community decided that Union County should have a day to celebrate our Irish heritage. So every year on the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day, we have a parade. It's hosted in the Township of Union, but it's meant to represent the entire county. And so it started with various Irish organizations, but it's grown to include so many different groups who come out and just celebrate with us. It's a great day for the community. We try to reach out to schools and civic organizations and all different types of groups to come march with us. The police and fire departments. Mayor Bowich always joins us, which is a great day.
Sister Hart, how did you feel when you got the call or were notified that you were going to be the Grand Marshal?
Well, I was speechless, and I then was excited at the surprise of what's in store. I've thought about, and all kinds of emotions were going through me, and I was very humbled with that I was the one.
How did you get the notification? Was it by call, email, or was it at a?
It was by call, but I had been interviewed prior to that, so I
so
was
it sounds
waiting,
like it was stiff
waiting one way or another.
It was a unanimous vote.
Really?
It was a unanimous vote. There was really no reason not to. She's an amazing person. She won't admit it to herself, for everybody here, but because of her humility. But she has done such great things with Union Catholic, and just so many things within our community, and so. We celebrate her, and we celebrate, again, the entire school and everything that they've done under her leadership for all these years.
Well, you can't be modest during the parade. You have to wave and let everyone know I'm the Grand Marshal this day, okay?
Yeah.
So don't be modest. Is the school community doing anything special in recognizing as the Grand Marshal?
There's a lot of things happening at Union Catholic throughout the month of March. We're going to have trivia. For the parade trivia will take place during homeroom throughout the course of the month. We have a number of tag days. There's decorations. We have a countdown that'll be taking place in March. If you go past Union Catholic right now, there's a huge sign that announces the home of the 2019 Union County Grand Marshal, Sister Percylee. There will also be a post-parade party held at Union Catholic following the parade as well.
So it sounds like you have the youth also involved. Is the Hart engaging them in a parade like this or no?
No, our student body has jumped right on board. In fact, I forgot to mention that, but we have numerous groups who will be marching behind Sister Percylee the day of the parade. So our entire community has really jumped on.
Now, does she get to select her own entourage that day, or how does that work? She just...
Well, there are a number of aides, yes, and those are people who are really tied into the Union Catholic community. The leadership of Union Catholic will be serving as her aides.
Okay, so you probably have the entire school staff and everyone
Yes,
supporting that day.
we're all excited, really, and I accept this honor on behalf of our entire UC community. We're celebrating it, and it's just wonderful.
Okay. And Kerry, can you tell us about your involvement on the parade committee and why it's so important? I'm going to ask that for each one of you. Why is it so important with your contribution to this parade and to be on the committee?
Sure. So I've been on the parade committee since 2005, and it's just a great group of people. When you look around the room, it's a great group of people who have become a family, who are willing to, help you out, and we celebrate great times together, and we're also there to support each other during harder times. And so it's just a wonderful group to be a part of. My kids come out and participate as much as they can, and so it's just become something that's part of my family as well. And I have a very patient husband who puts up with a lot of time away when I go to meetings and things of that sort. So.
And Mr. Reagan?
Well, I think it's a great way for us to give back to the community in general. We're Union Catholic, we represent Union County, and it's really good for us to be visible out there in the community.
And Sister, prior to this year's parade, were you active with previous parades?
Yes, our student body has been engaged and actually played an active role in it, and we have participated the parade day and also at the investiture mass, and also actually participating as spectators if we're not actually in an active role in the parade.
And Kerry, over the years, is it becoming easier or is it still somewhat difficult putting this parade together?
It is a tremendous amount of work that goes into putting the parade on the street. But for example, there's so many people who are willing to help out and work so hard on this parade. And so, for example, you put in a phone call to Union Catholic to ask them for help at our investiture mass, and the students show up. And it wasn't just this year for Sister Percylee; it's been for years. And so it's great community support of that idea. We had county banners made up. There's 32 counties in Ireland, and we had those made up years ago. And we thought, who's going to carry the 32 county banners? And we called Union Catholic, and sure enough, we had 32 students ready to carry them down the street within days. So, and every year, that's one of the things that they come out and do, and then they set them up in the mass in the morning. They do so much work for us. So there's a great support within the community.
So Sister, right now, I'm quite sure you have a lot of friends and fans, and everybody's calling you out of the blue. But with saying that, how do you determine who's your chief of staff and aides going to be for the parade for that day?
Well, the chief of staff is one of my assistant principals, and we also worked on plan giving initiatives, which take a lot of our time and our schedules. So it just seemed that Dr. Reagan was the one that would be most able to keep me on schedule during this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we talk about a parade of this magnitude, and it's not easy. How many miles is it to start off with?
It's 1.1 mile.
Okay, and what are the logistics for this parade?
So it starts back in September, reaching out. It's getting permits from the state, getting permits from the township, the county, permission to have the parade. The local police departments, as well as police departments throughout the county, do a lot of support for us in terms of making sure the community is safe, that come out to spectate at the parade, and rerouting streets and detours and all of that stuff. There's a lot of logistics on parade day that a lot of people throughout the town and county help out with. So it's coordinating all of those efforts, and then reaching out to all the marching organizations, trying to find some some new groups, reaching out and finding
Right.
new people that want to come out and participate. We have about 20 bands that come out, some of which are professional bands, pipe bands, things of that sort, and then we also have some local high school bands who come out in March, which is great.
Now, you said all that with ease, but
Yeah.
I'm quite sure it's much more difficult. Let's go back. Last year's parade, let's say hypothetically, ended on March 17th. When do you start? The day after, the 18th? When does all this start?
Our next meeting starts 2 weeks after, where we nominate the officers for next year's parade.
So you really don't get a break.
There's not much of a break in the summer. We have a little bit of a lull, but there's even work that goes into that because one of our first fundraisers is our golf outing, which is in October. So we're already starting the planning for that, and some of the logistics have to be done long in advance. So
And over the years, do you continue with the same route, or has the route changed that you know of?
the
or-
route has always stayed the same. It's been like clockwork. It's an easy route in terms of the actual marching, and we've just learned how to maneuver around in that area, so it works out well.
Okay. And the actual route starts where?
It starts on Morris Avenue at Jeanette Avenue, which is right where the Union Knights of Columbus is. And we come down to the center of Union, right at Stuyvesant Avenue, make a right on Stuyvesant, and head down to where the cannon is, over at Elmwood Avenue. So.
Now, as you sit here alone, but I'm
straightforward.
quite sure there's quite a few people behind. Roughly how many people on the committee?
Oh, on the committee, there's at least 40 to 50 people. Our chairwoman apologizes for her absence today. She's a kindergarten teacher in Roselle, so she had a busy day today. So she wasn't able to join us, but Jessica Cunningham has been in charge of all the fundraising efforts, various events that we've been putting on and things of that sort. So she's really the coordinator. She's really in charge of all of us.
So I'm going to ask each one of you. I know there's a lot of events leading up to the parade that day. What are some of the events that have taken place so far? Which one would you say is your favorite thus far, sister?
The investiture mass and ceremony. It was inspirational, and during the ceremony, I had to agree to accept the responsibilities of the role, and I also was given this token of being Grand Marshal, and I'm just thrilled with it. It was hand designed and crafted by a former member or a member of the parade committee, and that's a great meeting for me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Doctor?
Obviously, the investiture mass and the pomp and circumstance of that mass was really special. I thought the celebrity bartender event was really special as well. It was the first opportunity for the Union Catholic community to come out in support of Sister Percylee as a Grand Marshal. I thought we had a terrific showing that day, and to really get to interact with the other people in the committee was real special for us.
And do you have one, Kerry?
So I agree that investiture reception and mass is always my favorite. In a couple weeks, we have an event right here in Elizabeth, actually on March 8th. I believe that's the Saturday, March 8th at 10 a.m. We'll be raising the Irish flag here in Elizabeth at the county courthouse, and that's just a beautiful day to celebrate our heritage and kind of kick off the week leading up to the parade.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a brief pause, and we'll be back with the second half of our show and ask some more questions about this great event coming up, okay? Thank you. We'll be back with the second half of our city after these words. Thank you.
Union Catholic High School, one of the premier high schools in the state of New Jersey, where students are prepared to thrive in the virtual, spiritual, and real worlds. Be you at UC.
Hello, I'm Mayor Chris Bolwage, and I would like to talk with you about recycling in the city of Elizabeth. Recycling is a great way to reduce our overall waste, which eventually ends up in landfills. It also helps conserve resources and energy, helping to protect our environment. For decades, the city of Elizabeth has picked up your recyclables from the curb every Wednesday, alternating between glass, plastic, and cardboard. And most of the recycled cans and bottles were shipped to facilities in China for repurposing. But recently, China has changed the rules, and now China will only accept a fraction of our material. The tightening of the market is forcing the city of Elizabeth to produce better quality recyclables. So here are some tips to help make the city recycle more responsibly. No more white plastic bags or stretchy plastic of any sort as they jam up the recycling sorter. Do not recycle dirty cardboard containers or greasy pizza boxes. And if you have electronics like TVs or computers, do not put them out at curbside with recyclables or your garbage. Please take them to our recycling center at 523 Trenton Avenue, near the Goethals Bridge. Do not recycle pots, pans, small appliances, dishware, mirrors. Only recycle plastic containers if they have a number 1 or a number 2 at the bottom. Do not place styrofoam out with your recyclables. Also, make sure there is no plastic in the cardboard that you place at the curb. Styrofoam and non-recyclable plastic should be placed with your household garbage. Please recycle mixed paper, clean cardboard, rinsed aluminum, and metal cans, plastic bottles, and containers with a number 1 or a number 2 on the bottom, and clean glass bottles and jars. When placing your recyclables at the curb on Tuesday night, your cardboard should be tied or nestled, and your plastic cans should be placed in an open container. For more tips and a handy pickup schedule, refer to your city recycling brochure or download the Recycling Coach app from your phone's app store, or visit our website under Elizabeth Apps/Elizabeth Recycles. For more information, call 908-820-4150. Here in the city of Elizabeth, let's work together to recycle responsibly.
Welcome back to the second half of our city. Today we're discussing the upcoming St. Patrick's Day Parade and other events leading up to it. So, Kerry, I'm going to ask you, tell us about the process of selecting a Grand Marshal.
Sure, and so as I said, Jessica Cunningham is our chairwoman, so she calls to the floor a private meeting of the various parade organizations. There's about 18 to 19 parade organizations, and they each send a delegate in, and we ask for a nomination. Again, we only had our nomination of Sister Percylee, and it was a unanimous vote. And so we look to those members of the community from the various parade organizations to get their input and insight. But at that point in time, we already kind of knew.
Sister Percylee, what message do you hope your service as Grand Marshal will convey to those who attend the parade this year?
Well, I think it's very important to be involved in community events. And I think that's one of the messages, that we support one another and we network and we have a synergistic effect in whatever we do. And this is an opportunity for that.
Have you marched in previous parades?
Well, I've participated, but not in this role.
So you jump right to the front and you're going to be the queen that day.
Yes, that's what they tell me. I said, what do I have to do? Because I'm so used to behind the scenes preparing for major events. And they just said, you just need to be present and show up to whatever unfolds. And that's what I've been doing.
Well, do what you're doing today. Just smile and make everyone happy. Just bring that smile with you. That's all you need. And the
That's
wave.
easy.
Have you practiced your wave
I
yet?
have. I've also, do you want to hear what else I'm doing to get ready?
Yes.
I went on a special diet. I've lost 10 pounds. I'm in training, exercise and walking. There's 32 steps in the convent. I go up and down those. The steps here at the entrance to City Hall was
So you're
piece of
walking
cake.
this parade. You're not going to ride in the car?
Well, they want me to ride.
Yeah, ride in the car.
I want to walk.
I say ride. That way you're up high and everyone can see you. And you got
Whatever.
You got
I'll
a few
do
days to think about it. Okay. All right. And how many divisions are there for this year's parade?
So we have a lead and a protocol division, and then we have 4 named divisions. And actually, one of our divisions this year will be in honor of 2 past fire chiefs from here in Elizabeth, Edward Sisk and William Neefsey, who both passed away within the last couple years. And they had a tremendous impact on the Irish community here in Union County, but also within the city of Elizabeth. And while we recognize them for all of their contributions within the community, we also recognize all the firefighters and the work that they do every day for our communities.
Roughly how many people march in the parade every year? Do you know?
Oh, that's a tough question because I might know the answer. I would say we have about 75 marching organizations.
Wow.
So people that come out, and some groups are smaller, some of the Girl Scout troops, Cub Scout troops, we love to see kids come out and participate. And then some have, 300 people. So it just depends on the group.
Wow.
But we welcome everybody.
And it sounds like this is not an easy thing to do. Does your involvement in the parade affect you in any way?
It affects me in that it's just, it is very time consuming. So it takes away a little bit of my free time, but it's also just, again, it's become, the people on the committee have become my friends and my family. And so going to a meeting is as though you're going out to hang out with your friends. It's time with people that you want to spend time with and that you want to be with. And it's such a great day on March 16th. So we're looking forward to it.
And Doctor, each year's parade takes on a theme. What's this year's theme and why?
Yeah, the theme for this year is celebrating youth coaches throughout the county. So I think that's a great opportunity for all the municipalities in this wonderful county of Union to come together to celebrate the youth coaches who give so much time and energy and effort to our youth and to recognize them for the parade.
Okay. And Sister, has any of the past Grand Marshals reached out to you to give you any advice or?
Yes, they said they said enjoy it. Yes.
And that's it? And
They said it's a wonderful experience, and it's just it's hard to describe. You have to experience it.
okay.
Yeah, and they're also said anything you want to know or any help we can be, we're there for you. Yeah.
So March 16th is the date. What time does everyone gather to? What time does the first person get there?
That's a good question. So our parade actually starts here in Elizabeth with a mass at St. Patrick's, which Mayor Bowles always joins us for. And so that's at 9 a.m. And then we take a motorcade up to the parade route. So we get to the parade route around 10:30 or so. At 12 o'clock, there's a grandstand presentation where some of our dignitaries speak. Our Grand Marshal will speak. And we just have some Irish dancers and just have a kind of a kickoff. And then at 1 p.m. sharp, I am told we are going to start the parade to march down the street. So
Does it always start on time?
it has always started on time.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question, start some trouble. Has there ever been a group that didn't want to line up where you told them to? Or? Never mind.
No, I will answer that question because it was my husband who was trying to move with his police department to a different division.
And you let them know who wears the pants that day, right? Okay. Is there any type of special training that you need to go into this parade, or any type of preparation you guys do? Doctor, start with you first.
No, I just think it's a great opportunity for like our school to come together. We have so many different aspects, from alumni to past parents to current parents. Everybody wants a piece of this parade. So for us, it's been a unifier for sure.
Okay. Kerry?
Preparations is just, getting everything organized. At this point in time, we have almost all of our groups set up. And it's just, kind of organizing it into a line, so we make sure we have the bands in the right areas and things of that sort. And so we're looking forward to it.
Excellent. Sister, do you have to do any training? Well, you told us some of your training already.
Yeah, so, but the thing is availability with the schedule, and that can be a challenge. But I like challenges, and so far I've been able to be present for all the events related to the parade.
23 years, you said earlier, this parade. That's not an easy task. You might take it for granted, but to have a parade to be this successful and grow each and every year is not easy. What do you think is the reason behind the success of this parade?
I think it's just a great group of people who work really hard to try to celebrate our Irish heritage. We have a lot of corporate sponsors that help to provide. It's expensive to put a parade on the street in terms of the equipment that we need and the bands and all of that goes into it. So that running the fundraisers, the corporate sponsors, there's a lot that people don't know about as much behind the scenes, but all of that work as well.
Is it hard getting volunteers to come out for the parade?
No, not too bad, not too bad. As I said, one call to Union Catholic and you have a whole group of people who want to come out. And so all of those parade organizations, send us people who come and help out to, we always say, look for somebody in a tuxedo and a sash if you're looking for directions when you get there, or where's my group, or things of that sort. And they have all of that information. So those people are made up from those various parade organizations. So it's great. And
you gave us a starting point earlier. Is there a grandstand or a main event area that the parade marches by? Yes, there's actually two grandstands. There's a smaller one by Caldwell Avenue on Morris Avenue, which is where Burnett Junior High School is. That's actually a great viewing stand because it's not always as crowded. So you can hear really well and get to see everybody as they're starting off the parade. And then our main grandstand is at Morris Avenue and Stuyvesant Avenue. And what are you looking forward to the most on March 16th?
A tiny bit of me is looking forward to the end and being able to say we did it and we accomplished it, but mostly just the celebration. It's such a beautiful day to see all the families that come out and line the street. When you march down the street and see everybody, just there to celebrate. My kids, come out and they just love it, and they talk about the parade all year long, and so it becomes something more than just a 2-hour event.
Now, I believe Trinitas and the police department, do you know of any of the groups from Elizabeth who are participating?
Sure, we have a lot of groups from Elizabeth, the police department, the fire departments. The mayor comes out. We have Trinitas. I just received a call as I was sitting here waiting from the Head Start program here in Elizabeth, and they're going to be joining us as well. So we have a great group of people from Elizabeth. The Nugent Association is based here in Elizabeth, and that's where they started out, and they always join us. They're one of our founding members as well. So.
And does the mayor march once or twice? Somebody told me he marched the parade, ran back, and marched it again one year.
He might even march more than twice.
Really?
Usually 2 or 3 times. He jumps in with different groups, but he may get a golf cart ride back. So.
And how do you pull that off? I mean, you told your husband he can't do what he wants that day, but you let the mayor march up and down the street all day?
I can't tell the mayor he can't.
So where is he supposed to line up?
He can. It's a great representation of the parade. Is that he'll march usually up in the front with the other dignitaries, but then he'll come and join the Nugent Association or join the fire and police departments and really represent the city. So it's.
Maybe we shouldn't have put that out. You might have other mayors or other dignitaries who want to march 4 times now and then.
And we will welcome all of them.
Okay. You can march again if you want. You heard that. So can you give us the event details one more time, the date, the time, and the location, please?
Sure. The parade is on March 16th, Saturday. It begins here in Elizabeth with Mass at St. Patrick's at 9 a.m. And then at 12 o'clock down in Union, we'll have the grandstand program, and then the parade kicks off right at 1 o'clock.
Doctor, before we close out, is there any last remarks or anything you want to add, something you might have remembered?
Well, I think it's all about relationships. We have a great relationship with the parade committee. They've been great with us. Hopefully we've been great with them.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to a fantastic parade on the
And
16th.
you want to wave and say hello to all the kids that are going to volunteer today and just say a quick hello, thank you?
Well, our whole community will be there, our students, our faculty and staff, our alums, our donors, our parents, our past parents, current parents, our grandparents. We're looking forward to a great event, and we'll see everybody out there.
And to our star today, the Grand Marshal. Any closing remarks, please?
Well, I just think it's a wonderful opportunity to bring us together in a joyful way and create a bonding and a unity that is synergistic. I think it's absolutely amazing.
And if you don't mind, one more practice from both hands.
Oh, you do too?
Well, there's people on both sides of the street, so.
I'll have to practice
There
that.
you go. And you have to decide if you're going to walk or ride now.
It may be decided for me, but I'm preparing to walk.
Okay. And we want to wish you all the best, a great day with great weather. That's what we ask for, and a wonderful parade. How many people normally line up along the route?
Along the route,
How many thousands?
maybe 20,000
Wow.
people line the streets. So that's why I say we give a huge thank you to our police and firemen, and from the town, but also from the county as well, who just really provide a lot of safety and support to make sure everybody has a great day.
So this is not an easy thing, 20,000 people roughly along the route. Is there a best place to watch the parade along the route, or is just everywhere's fine?
My mom picks the sunny side of the streets.
Now, how do you determine that?
My kids pick where there's popcorn. So really, there's a lot of great places to see it. There's a viewing stand again near the main grandstands, and then up by Caldwell Avenue is a great place to see it because you can hear all the groups being announced and really know who's coming down the street.
And one more time, what time does the parade kick off?
At 1 p.m. on Saturday, March 16th.
Thank you all, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this segment of Our City. We want everyone to come out and support this great parade on Saturday, March 16th. Have a safe, wonderful week and a great St. Patrick's Day.